Hey guys, this is Ken Lane. The last time you probably saw me, I was probably laid up in bed recovering from a right radical orchiectomy, which is a procedure in which they remove your right testicle. A little quick preview background on it. I explained it in the last video, but basically, I felt that one of my testicles was a different size than it had been before. It usually was much smaller than my right testicle was usually much smaller than my left testicle, which is normal if it stays that way. But I noticed that it had grown to be about the same size. They looked almost identical, and that was unusual for me. So I brought it up to my doctor. I had a sonogram. They found a tumor growth inside of the testicle, and the urologist decided that we needed to remove the entire testicle rather than risk a biopsy that might expose whatever's in it to the bloodstream. Even if they did a biopsy and it came back benign, it would have ended up destroying the testicle, getting to the tumor anyways. And you only need one testicle anyways, so it was fine. I was like, let's get this bad boy out. Anyways, this is a week out. I'm currently in the parking lot of Urologic Specialists of Tulsa, where I just already had my follow-up appointment, where I got my biopsy results back from when they sent the testicle off to be sliced and diced and checked out to see exactly what it is. So the diagnosis is positive for cancer, but the doctor said, if you're going to get any type of cancer as a man, this is the cancer you want. So that was reassuring to hear. It was a seminoma, classic type. The diagnosis says tumor invades into, but not through, the tunica it's Albuginea. Albuginea. I don't know. Is that like the testicle? I think it's like the testicle outer. So it went into that, but not through it. So that means that it was basically completely contained within the testicle. Spermatic cord margin, meaning what was taken out along with it, negative for malignancy. So this is not a very, this is a very, very good prognosis. But that's basically my prognosis. He said, I'm glad that we got it taken care of. We have to do some follow-up chest scans and some other things, but that is absolutely completely protocol for whenever it is any type of cancer. We just got to scan. But more than likely, this is going to be the last thing that I'm going to have to do dealing with testicular cancer in my lifetime. Aside from just periodic surveillance that, is going to start off more intensive. I have a follow-up appointment in 2 months. Between now and then, I'm probably going to have a chest x-ray and a CT scan and all that kind of stuff, just to be completely sure. But it hadn't spread up the cord at all, so there's a good chance there's nothing to worry about. And even if it had, he said, even if it spreads up and is malignant to lymph nodes and things like that, that is also something that is treatable, very treatable in young men when caught early. So I'm just saying that, guys. Be familiar with your bodies. I'm just going to reiterate that again. Just be familiar with your bodies. When I did my own check, which I was doing, I don't know, every 2 months. Now you should do every month. You should be doing it every month. It wasn't that I felt a weird bulge on the side of my testicle. It wasn't any kind of oblong shape. It wasn't painful at all. It didn't feel weird. The testicle itself felt a little bit more firm, and that it was a different size than it normally had been. And had I not even told the doctor, it didn't used to be this size, he said they looked fairly normal. And because of that knowledge, and because I was aware that it had grown in size to about the size of a normal testicle, before it was a little smaller. But just that knowledge that I brought to my doctor really helped us nip this in the bud. And now I can, Bezrat Hashem, God willing, lead a completely normal life. So that is the diagnosis. Prognosis too. Prognosis positive, diagnosis cancer, but it's out of here, basically. And I'm going to go to work now. All right. Thanks for keeping up with me, guys. Bye.